17 keys to getting better results with your traffic campaigns. If you've encountered the other guides I've done, then one thing you've noticed me say multiple times is that you need to test, track, and optimize your ads and traffic campaigns for maximum conversions. Now, you're going to learn how to do the testing and how to polish your copy for better results. So let's get started. Number 1, use tools to test your campaigns. The first thing you need to do is gather the needed tools for testing your campaigns. Number 2, 4 ad copy factors to test to get better results. You don't want to purchase a big ad until you are sure your ad is going to get good results. To that end, test the following. The headline. This is the most important part of your ad since it's what gets the viewer's attention. So, a small tweak to the headline can have big impacts on your conversion rates. Be sure to showcase your biggest benefit in the headline. And the call to action. Be specific with your call to action. Instead of something generic such as click here, include a benefit. For example, click here to claim your free weight loss report. If you're placing an ad that includes graphics, then be sure to test different types of graphics. So you always test the graphics here. Be sure your graphics are oriented towards the text of your ad. Say, for example, if a person is looking to the side, then that's where your ad copy should be located, just like what you see here on the right part of the screen. Now, the benefits. Your body copy should outline the offer and its main benefits. Remember that the ad's job isn't to sell the product. Instead, its job is to get people interested enough to click on your link. Now, how to refine your ad campaigns. In addition to the ad copy I mentioned above, here are the other factors you should test to refine your ad campaigns. Test the venue. For example, is there a certain niche site that delivers a far better response than other niche sites? You also test placement. If you have the option of where your ad will appear on a website or inside a newsletter, then test and track different locations or positions. Test keywords. If you're using pay-per-click marketing, be sure to test different keywords. Also, test the audience demographics. If you have the ability to choose your audience, for example, using Facebook ads, then test different demographics, interests, and behaviors to see which segment of your audience responds best. You can and should write different ads for different segments of your market. Be sure to test and refine your ad copy as well. Test timing. Now, what day of the week is best when it comes to your audience response? And what time of the day? Here's the next tip. Placing offline ads. Do this. Now, you need to track your offline ads just as you track your online ads. To that end, be sure to use unique URLs or unique coupon codes in your ads so you can track response. Be sure these codes or URLs are similar enough that they are not what is causing changes to your conversion rate. For example, if you use coupon code Amazing Deal in one ad, and in another ad you use coupon code OFFER in order to track your ads, chances are you'll skew results toward the Amazing Deal coupon code. Number 5. The testing and tracking campaign checklist. Now use this mini checklist to set up your testing and tracking campaigns. Decide which variable to test. Decide a test where you hold all other variables constant. And determine what testing tool you'll use to track results. Develop your two versions of the campaign, with the only difference being the variable you're testing. And don't stop the test too early. Just keep going until you can state your results with your confidence. And design a new test where you put your last test winner against another version. Next, optimize your landing pages. Another big component that will affect your conversions is whether you have a high response landing page, such as a sales page, registration page, or opt-in page. And to that end, do the following. Be sure your page is user-friendly. It should be responsive and easy to access. Don't put hoops between the user and the page's goal, such as extra steps in the checkout process. Create a polished design. Not only should your site function well, it should also look really good too. Aim for a simple yet professional design that reflects your brand. Refine the sales copy. Track and test your headlines, bulleted list of benefits, the way you position your offer, and your call to action. Which brings us to the next point. 3 simple tricks for creating a more powerful CTA. Your call to action or CTA has a relatively big impact on conversions. So be sure to put these tips to use. Insert your CTA above the fold. You may have multiple CTA buttons, but be sure to at least one of them appears near the top of the page, just above the fold. Use a color that stands out. In other words, don't make your button on the exact same hue as the other colors on the page. You want to make it pop by using a color that clearly stands out from the rest of the page. Utilize specific copy. For example, don't use a generic label like sign up. Instead, use copy for that CTA that tells people what will happen when they take action. For example, watch video or get started on the path to a leaner you. Number 8, give people a good reason to act now. Now, another factor that's going to affect your conversions is whether you give people a good reason to act now. Let's say, for example, watch this video now for free before we start charging for it. Your choice, you can do nothing and wake up tomorrow with the same traffic numbers. Or you can download this guide to discover the secrets of getting all the traffic you need for free. Another example, become a charter member today and do it now while you can still get a 50% discount. And only 38 seats remain, so register for this webinar now before all the seats are gone. Here's the next tip. Focus on creating compelling headlines. Spend extra time brainstorming and then testing benefit-driven, curiosity-arousing headlines and titles on all your content, because it will make a big difference with your conversion rates. This includes blog articles, including guest blogging, email subject lines, titles for your products that's both free and paid, headlines on sales page, headlines on lead pages, headlines on other landing pages such as contest registration pages, and advertisement headlines. So here's the next tip. Showcase your USP or your unique selling proposition or point. Your USP is what makes your offer different and better than similar offers. For example, when I or Jimmy D. Brown teach people how to use PLR content, my USP is that I'm the one who started the entire PLR industry, so I know what I'm talking about. So no one else can make that claim, which makes it very powerful. Whenever possible, your USP should show up on your landing pages and sales pages. As space permits, it can also appear in ads, blog posts, videos, social media content, and similar. Number 11, focus on benefits. Your prospect isn't really interested in you. So, with the exception that they're interested in how your qualifications make you the better choice. As such, don't talk about yourself. Instead, talk about the customer, their problems, and the solutions to their problems. Now, here's a quick way to make sure you're focusing on the prospect. Be sure most of your content refers to you rather than using words like I or me. Here's the next tip. The number one secret of connecting with prospects. Before you write a single word of your ads, blogs, emails, or social media blurbs and other content, the first thing you need to do is profile your audience. The more you know about them, the easier it will be for you to craft content and ads that really resonate with your readers. To that end, do your market research and surveying to find out the following. What are your basic audience demographics? Age, gender, income, where they live, marital status, etc. Where does this audience get their niche information? For example, what blogs do they read? Who do they follow on social media? What sort of products or solutions has your market tried? What do they like about these products? What do they dislike about these solutions? What are they looking for in a similar product? And what are their biggest niche challenges? Here's the next tip. Boost conversions with this essential tip. In order to move people to take action, you need to connect with them on an emotional level. They need to feel something, positive or negative, when they read your content. To that end, you can tell stories to connect emotionally, and get them to feel the pain of their problem, and get them to imagine the joy of the solution. Number 14, help people without hyping. You've no doubt seen your fair share of hyped up ads and sales letters, and you've probably been turned off and even assumed the marketer is lying. Your market feels the same way about hype, which is why you want to avoid it. So instead, create ads and sales letters that focus on how you can help people without hyping the solution. For example, you'll discover how to make better food choices so that you lose weight naturally and safely and keep it off for good. Now compare that to a hyped up example. Now you too can shred fat faster than ever and drop 3 clothing sizes in just 2 weeks. Number 15. Use multimedia. Many people prefer to watch rather than read ads and content. That's why you'll want to test video ads and video sales letters. Tip: you can provide both text and video content together. Now, the video can provide the in-depth details while the text highlights the main points. Be sure to avoid mentioning specific parts of the offer such as pricing or bonuses in a video or sales letter. If you change the offer later, then you'll have to change the video too. It's much better to provide these details in the text part of the sales letter because changing them is quick and easy. Here's another tip. Aim for congruency and consistency. This is a tip that's important for all ad writers and content marketers, but it's especially important if you're hiring other people to write some of your content too. The bottom line is that your ads, articles, landing pages, and other content should be congruent and consistent. For example, when someone clicks from your ad to a landing page, it should be a smooth transition with the content written in the same general voice and writing style, sharing the same types of information. Now, create engaging content with active language. Whether you're crafting a short ad or a 2,000 word pre-sale blog post, you'll want to avoid using passive language. Typically, you create passive language by failing to pair an action with a specific person or other subject performing that action. You will find that reading passive language is tiresome and tedious, which will turn a lot of readers off and get them clicking away. So, for example, the web conversions can be optimized using these tips is a very passive phrase. Question is, who is optimizing conversions? Now here's how to rewrite that phrase to be more active and answer the who question. You'll optimize conversions using these tips. Conclusion: you just discovered tips for optimizing your conversions, including how to test, what to test, and how to polish your sales copy. So your next step is simple. Put these tips, tricks, and strategies to work for you. Thank you once again so much for spending your valuable time with me. Have a wonderful day and take care.